We had Greg Hill on recently, and he told us a little story about how he thought that the red line bikes in the mid '90s, Danny, mid '90s, right?
Mid '90s, yeah.
That they were ugly and they were terrible, and he went to work for Seattle Bike Supply and tried to revamp the whole red line thing. Were you happy with the red line equipment that you were on when you were on the team, or had they reverted back to their antiquated frame styles or whatever? How did you feel about the frames?
Good question, Kevin.
Great question, Kevin.
Yeah.
You know,
I have one every episode. I have one good question.
Hey, disregard my message I just sent you.
What did you send me? Where did you send me? Did you talking smack, huh?
No. I said, hey, are you having issues getting in?
Yeah, I was. Just nothing was coming over. I was getting all kinds of links for Rocket Mortgage, go to the casino, all kinds of stuff.
You're not in the mortgage. You're not in the business for mortgage, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
All right, Shan, I'm going to cut you loose.
All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm glad you guys got linked up. Nice hearing from you, George.
Likewise, bro.
All right, man. Thanks, Shane.
Thanks,
Have
Shane.
fun. All right, bye.
All right, well, welcome back, everybody, to the BMX Podcast. We got George Goodall on the horn. George, nice to make your acquaintance, man. Pleasure to meet you.
Stretch it out, George. Stretch it out, George. We got to do this.
The Pena stretch.
There you go.
All right. Nice, man. So we got George Goodall on the show. Danny, tell us a little bit about George. You're North Cal, right?
No, George is SoCal, right?
Neither.
Yeah, where are you at, George?
I'm in Arizona.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because he was on the BMX. He was on the Rail to Burn podcast. That's the first time I heard that George before.
Yeah.
And those guys were based out of Arizona. And you want to hear something funny, George?
Tell me.
This is not the first time you and I have talked, dude. And
really?
Yeah, Brad reached out to me. Brad was the producer of your podcast.
Right.
Because I was always commenting on Facebook, great show, guys, keep them coming, you know.
Right.
And he said one day Brad called me and he goes, hey, man, do you want to come on and play trivia with us? And I said, yeah, hell yeah. And I played you in trivia.
And I lost, huh?
Yeah, I beat you. But only by one. I only beat you by one.
Yeah.
No, but it was cool. And then what's that, Ian?
I thought we invented the trivia thing. They were doing it before us?
Yeah, they did not like at our level where where we dedicate like part of the show to it. It was more or less, hey, let a fan come on, and they did a few questions.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But it was their show was very innovative. Like when I heard the Rail to Berm, I was like, wow, this show is like next level. And what I liked about it is, I know George was a racer, but I didn't know the other guys, and their show was still like really, really good. And then when George left, and then they brought on who'd they bring in your place again?
Skyway Nick, I think. No,
Skyway was already on there. He came on our show too.
That's right.
Kev, who's what? Oh my God, I'm totally drawing a blank. Colin, thank you. Yeah, Colin took George's place.
Yeah.
And at first, dude, I was so loyal, George, to you being on the show. I was like, who's this Colin guy, man? Where's George? And then I started to like Colin. I was like, oh, he's bringing a whole other level to the show.
Yeah.
And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, George, and tell me if I'm way off kilter, just let me know. I know that there was a lot of negative spin on USA BMX on that show, and you were on there, and you're actively involved. You're a racer. You're factory supercross. And I thought to myself, I wonder if George stepped away from that because he didn't want to be part of that because he was, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I?
Yeah, I mean, you're 50-50. Some of it was just time constraints. It was taken away from the family racing, trying to get to the track and ride. But some of it was I needed to be more opinionated. And you're right. I am still an active racer in my sport, and I don't, my sponsor, Supercross, doesn't need any negative, connotations as well. So it was just easier to just do what I do best, and that's ride a bike rather than be on a podcast. So.
No, that makes a lot of sense, because I know you're a phenomenal racer, man. And then when I said George Goodall, and then I have my own channel and I review a lot of races, and man, you've mixed it up with some big dudes in your time, man. So and you're in your 50s, I'm assuming, and you're still out there just grinding. 60s? No, are you really?
I'll be 60 in that's 4 months.
What the hell are you drinking, dude? What how are you doing it?
That Arizona sunshine, man.
That's it.
Hey, do you feel after all this time, George? You've been racing for decades, and after all this time, do you still get the same feeling? Do you still get nervous at the gate? Do you still get excited race day, or is that fading for you?
I'll tell you, I tell the kids in my clinic all the time that, I'm always nervous. I'm never scared. And even in my local races, if I got just 4 guys or so, I'm still nervous, even, at the local track, nervous because I don't know what's going to happen. That's why they drop the gate. That's why they load us up. That's why we ride around the track. So, I still have the nerves every single time. And right now I'm just trying to, every year it's a little harder to get motivated to go train because I like to still be on that high level. I don't know how to be just okay and ride my bike. So I want to ride. I feel like I have a responsibility to my sponsors and all the other people. So, it's the nerves are always there. So I'm going to always make sure that I'm well prepared.
That's awesome. And do you still feel the same competitive edge that you did at the pro level as an amateur now?
Yeah, because all of us feel like some of us guys are all ex-pros. And so I was just telling somebody, I went for a ride this morning, and I was telling the lady across the street that, a bunch of us are all the ex-pros. We've been racing each other. We go ride our bike, race, go grab beers afterwards, talk about the one that got away, line up again. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Competitive edge all day long.
Yeah, because you're still active on the national circuit as well. It's not just the local level, right?
Yeah.
How many nationals do you think you hit on an average in a year?
Right now it's like 7 or 8.
That's still pretty heavy.
Yeah. Back in the red line days, it was like 12, 13, 14. But yeah.
How do you balance I think you're in insurance, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And I know that you would show up to the podcast still in your suit and tie, so I know you're always in work mode, right?
Yeah.
So how do you balance the work life and competing at the level that you do in BMX?
It's just work, and then try and get out to the track as often as possible. On beautiful days, the nice thing is we get pretty good weather. So even if it's late at night, 8 or 9 o'clock, I can go out and knock out some sprints and still be okay. So, as long as I'm putting some kind of work in, I feel that's better than no work or somebody that doesn't have the opportunities I do. So,
do you get to work remote, or go ahead, Kevin?
I do work from home.
Okay.
What do you get insurance?
So when you get in an accident and you get an attorney, I deal with that attorney on your injury.
You deal with the public adjusters.
With the attorney.
Okay. Are you a claims guy or underwriting?
So like Morgan & Morgan, I'm going to deal with the attorneys that are representing you for your injury.
Got it. So I was a claim supervisor for many years. So I thought you were talking about it. You work with the public adjusters, which are a pain in the ass. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, all the way. I deal with soft tissue injuries through fatalities.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot to carry on your shoulders.
What company?
Root. It was Allstate. Now it's Root. They're out of Columbus.
Have you ever heard of QBP?
Yeah.
I was a claims supervisor for QBP in Chandler, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I lived in Chandler for a minute.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Nice.
So so that's why I put out the aggression I do on the bike is because of my job. Got to get away. I'm like, I'm going to the track. I got to go get some, let this off a little bit.
Dude, during Katrina, I was sending out $100,000 checks like I was giving out candy on Halloween, man.
Yeah.
It was 200 checks a day that we were shipping out just out of my team, and it was great. The amount of money that we were paying out was astronomical.
Real quick, I was out there 7 days after it happened. I was out there for 47 days on cat duty, working the mobile response units, handing out the ALE checks, getting up on the roofs a little bit, doing some of the assessments. It was, and twice I ended up calling my mom just in tears because it was so surreal to just drive your vehicle. We had our little Allstate signs on the side of the car, so after work we had to take them off if we're driving through town, and to just see boats sitting on the freeway, tombstones turned over, trees laying on houses, people's clothes sitting out, the water line, down at downtown, the water line with all the cars that were there. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Man, that's insane. Maybe that helps with the racing because you can disconnect from all the negative things that you're seeing that are work related. So that's pretty cool.
The only profession that people hate more than a cop is an insurance adjuster.
Exactly.
Yeah, they hated us. Hey, we all and George, tell me if you agree. I told my wife this the other day. 100% of insurance claims are fraudulent.
What? For real?
Yeah.
Nobody tells the truth. They always make the bigger.
It's considered a white collar crime because it's always inflated of some sort. Sometimes, yeah. I mean, for example, I had somebody, a kid got out of his car at a Walmart, and it was a windy day, and he opened his door, and it hit the car next to the people next to him, and the two people in there claimed injuries and got an attorney.
And got paid.
Oh my gosh, man, that's why we pay the rates we do.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
This is a true story, dude.
Yeah.
One of my adjusters had a claim. This guy had a 10 by 10 cabin in Big Bear, and it burned to the ground. And he submitted a claim. Dude, he claimed his medical marijuana. 2 ounces of pot. He put on his insurance claim, dude. And we paid it.
Hey.
That's crazy, man.
I was in the chief legal officer for the company arguing, and he goes, "Pay it." I go, "We're gonna pay it." And I was like, he had like 5 big screen TVs, all this shit in this little 10 by 10 cabin, and I was like, "Okay, fine, whatever."
Yeah. It's called a business decision. A business decision. So I don't know, but
I got fired. I got fired because I miscalculated the deductible, and it was supposed to be like a $500 deductible, and I overpaid the like $30,000. I overpaid the settlement. I got fired.
Oh man!
That's a lot. That's not $30. That's not $300.
They got it back. They clawed it back, but still.
Wow.
Denny, you have to be part lawyer, part cop, part construction worker, part social worker to be an adjuster, dude. You have to deal with all of it, and you have to know how to write.
Oh yeah, I'll pass on that.
Yeah.
Get back to BMX, dude. So you grew up in Arizona, or you're a transplant?
I'm a transplant. I'm originally from Colorado, so Yeah, I grew up in Colorado until 1990, and then bolted out to Arizona. Work
So
on
you
my
started
tan.
racing in Colorado.
I need to work on my tan. I couldn't be a skier all my life. You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah. So I got a question, George. Let's go back to your early days up to current days. Who do you not want to see on the moto sheets, and who do you like to see on your moto sheets?
oh, okay. Right now, and I haven't seen him in a while, but it would be my good buddy Dave Archibald. I don't want to see him on a moto sheet because I know Dave Archibald.
Yeah.
Right now at the current time though, I also don't want to see Dino Mattoni.
Okay.
I don't want to see Aquaman if necessary. I don't want to see DL. I'm tired of Dominguez. He's just killing it.
Yeah.
There's some more guys I don't want to see. But yeah, those are some of the big ones right now.
How about in the 80s? Who did you not like seeing on your moto sheets?
Boy, that's a hard one because it was probably like Mike Ellis.
Okay.
And I mean, we were teammates, but I didn't want to see Mike Ellis. I didn't want to see Galen Starlin. No, I don't think I raced Whipperman. There was Mo. I didn't want to deal with Mo.
Oh,
Mo Tillman.
Moses Tillman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some guys I just didn't want to have to deal with if we were racing. So I could go back to a couple videos and then I'll go that guy, and that guy.
What is the biggest name pro you took down? Can you name a few?
I raced Pro Open a couple times. I think I beat Charles Townsend.
Yeah.
I know I've gone through and raced Didi Leone. I think I got him a couple times.
Nice.
When I turned double A, I had Eddie, Sean Texas, bunch of other guys that were in the gate. And I know I had some good motos with some of these guys.
Yeah.
But it was never anything consistent. So, I was always that fifth place A Pro guy. So I had to go back to A Pro. Those guys were just too much for me.
What do you think separates these guys? Like if you look at the AA pros from the 80s and you look at your top 17 and over X, your top B Pro guys, A Pro guys, what is separating you guys from these guys? Were they, because we only read about them in magazines, George, so there's no way for me to measure. Yeah. So I'm like, what was it about them that made them so freaking good?
I think they got more ride time than we did, and they were traveling a whole lot more. And so that your local A or B Pro, single A or B Pro, we were hitting a national here and there as much as we possibly could. And even those that were getting to some nationals still weren't getting the exposure they were against 7 other fast guys that wanted it just as much as you did. If you got an A Pro, maybe you got Fuzzy Hall, you got, 3 or 4 guys that may be capable of kicking butt. But other than that, it wasn't, hey, every single guy there is capable of winning this thing. So, you got your Greg Hills, your Harry Larrys, your Eddie Kings, and just all of those guys that are out there, your Richie Andersons and stuff. It was hard all the time.
Did you turn pro from 16X or 17X?
From 17X and turned pro.
Was that your goal, George? Was that your plan? I'm going to do 17 and over X, and then I'm going to jump. Was that it? Yeah,
because I was racing Richard Fleming for a while, and he was already a top 17X, and so it just felt like that was the natural progression to go ahead and jump in there and race it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I did okay. I turned AA twice because back then it was, you just need to make your money.
Right.
But each time once I turned, I had to turn back just the next year because it just didn't make enough money and just didn't have the, the backing to go back and compete against those big guys. But that's how it was.
Yeah.
I've asked the same question a couple times where, who would you rather race, a fast 17X or a middle of the road B Pro? And most people say I'd rather race a B Pro rather than a fast 17X. Do you have an opinion on that?
Hey, that's a good one. You know what? I'd rather race a B Pro than a 17X. 17X is like this NASCAR. You got these guys ride, even watching elite riders right now, the space they have and how they ride with each other, they know each other. Nobody's out there just kind of slamming each other, etc. I'd rather race a B Pro than race a 17X, because some of the 17Xs are just going to go and I don't know. Gosh, man, Kevin, that's a hard one now.
I thought you said B Pro for a totally different reason. I thought you said B Pro because there was less competition, but you were saying that they're more professional on the track and they're not going to take you out, right?
Yeah. Now I'm flipping how I'm thinking. Danny, Kevin, I'm flipping how I'm thinking. Those guys in B Pro, all of us guys in B Pro, there's some guys that are kind of shady. There's some guys that don't know how to ride their bike.
Yeah.
You get into 17X, those guys are going to know how to ride their bikes. So I think I'd probably rather be in 17X and just level up to the competition.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Guys, it's Danny Pena over from the BMXPERTS Podcast. I'm excited to announce a little partnership we got going on with SkewedRacewear.com with Cindy Partee. Cindy put together the race kits for us that we're going to debut out in Dirty Fest. They look really, really cool. We should be getting those pretty soon. As you can see, here's some examples of what Cindy can do. Now, the cool thing about this is you can get a full-on race kit for about $195. Now, I know there's some great options out there with Troy Lee and, of course, Fly and things like that. But remember, you're going to spend over $200, $250, and you're going to get a blank slate. With Cindy, you can basically tell her exactly what you want. You can put the logos where you want. You can put your name where you want, numbers on the back, fully custom colors, any design you want. We're really, really excited. As you can see, some of the Send It crews already rocking that apparel. So I'm looking forward to getting the kit. If you guys are interested in this, again, it's www.skewedраcewear.com. Reach out to Cindy and she'll get you all hooked up. Thanks a lot, guys.
When you look at 17 and over X, and this is kind of my opinion on it, and I'm talking about 80s,
Yeah.
You got like Rich Farside, Daryl Young, Matt Hayden, all these big dogs that were in the amateur class, even when Mike King was an amateur.
Right.
It seems like, and I'm comparing the 80s to now, and the kids that are racing now are crazy athletic.
Sure.
But when you look at that class, I almost considered it pro. Like, I remember going through the magazines and thinking, oh, Mike King's going to be a great pro. Oh, yeah, Daryl Young's going to be a great. You could just tell. I mean, look at the Terrible 10.
Right. The first Terrible 10 was insane.
Yeah, those guys were just all awesome. So that's why I look at them almost at a professional level as well. Once you're 15, 16, 17 and you're a factory rider, I mean, you better be good. All eyes are on you, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, especially to be like with the firm, you got your Andy Connis and some of those guys that were already there on the firm. Golly, man, you had to bring your A game every single time. There was no, hey, I think I'll just, skate through this moto, or, I'll wait till the main to get to do something. That didn't happen.
Did you feel that pressure on Redline when you were, sorry, Kev, when you were on Redline, did you feel that sort of pressure when you were coming up? Because, I mean, to be on that team, that's like you're wearing a Supercross jersey. That's just as big, obviously. But, I mean, do you feel a target on your back, or do you feel the pressure being on either of those teams?
I feel a lot of pressure. I felt a lot of pressure with Redline for the simple fact of who I had as a teammates. So when I had Sam, Elise, Tori Nyhog, Jason Carnes, Denzel, when you had that kind of pedigree, I felt like I'm an old guy. I need to make sure that I represent just as well as they did, right?
Yeah.
Supercross, same thing. But Bill keeps it so we're always having fun. And so I don't feel as much pressure. I want to win just to win and represent well. But Bill's never, hey, you really need to do this or that. Bill's always sending you a text going, hey, good morning, have some fun.
That's
Jason
nice.
Jason Carnes, when I was on Redline, was, hey, I'm the last guy to get finished with my races, and all the pros had already gone to Chipotle. So he's, I'm getting the text, Carnes, can you pick me up? And he's like, God dang it, man. Why do I have, that's the kind of text I get from those guys. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Are we talking late 80s or early 90s, George?
We're talking the current like 20s to 2000s.
When you were
I didn't ride for anybody. I didn't ride for any big teams back as a pro, except 09. I rode a little bit for Co Patterson.
Yeah, I saw some clips of you at the Grands rocking the Patterson gear. So they were. What was that like? Did you have a good relationship with Patterson?
Yeah, I kind of ran on the heels of Sean Speed, Dave Bovell, Cody, and Richie and all that stuff. And so I kind of ran on the heels because I lived in Colorado with Sean Speed. And so Sean kind of helped me get acquainted with the Pattersons to be able to ride for them. So, and again, it was just kind of a co-sponsorship. I kind of got some hand-me-down stuff, and it was cool.
How did you like the bike itself overall? Because a lot of people rode Pattersons.
It was awesome. It was a great, great bike. For as much as I rode it, I loved it. I thought that was the bike I'd end up riding for the rest of my life. It was one of those.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an endorsement right there.
Yeah. What do you mean time out?
I thought you said you were on the red line with Sam Marilano. Did you say that?
No, we're Willoughby.
Willoughby.
Back in the day, I didn't get on Redline until the late 2000s.
Okay, all right, my bad. I thought you said Sam Marilano. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I seen you dicing it up on that one race. I don't know what year it was.
85.
85, but there was a lot of passing on that track. There was some. I saw Sean Texas take a couple big crashes.
Yeah.
And that looked like a pretty gnarly track. And there's one part, George, where it almost looks like you guys are almost stopping to make a U-turn. You know what I'm talking about?
Is that in the Grands track?
Yes.
Yeah. So we had the little moguls, and he had to make a U-turn and then start all over again. So
right, that was nuts because it's like you go from all your momentum to almost stopping.
Yeah.
And making this turn and then starting to haul ass again.
Yeah, and it wasn't even a berm. It was just flat turn,
Yeah, that was awkward, man.
Yeah.
How did you navigate that? How did you approach that?
You just kind of run with it and chase the guy down. It was back then. I felt like I was kind of the underdog. Nobody was expecting me to be in that type of race, and so just riding with those guys, kind of like, if you look at the race, you kind of look back, and I think it was Patterson that looked back at me like, who is this guy? Why are you in my, I think I hit somebody, and I can't remember. They looked back and like, so I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. But hey, that's how you kind of make a name for yourself a little bit. You got to get in there and mix it up a little bit and know those, let those guys know you're not, hey, I'm a little nervous in here, but I'm not afraid of you. We all got to ride our bike.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They're just human.
Yeah.
They're just faster than the average human.
Yeah. Kind of like the Todd Perry.
There you go. Yeah, I've seen some of Todd's stuff. His stuff is good, man. I've watched some of his videos. That dude's insanely fast. I seen him. It's escaping me right now, but I've seen some great races from that guy. He's awesome.
He's bad. I love him. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about watching Sam in his heyday, dude, on Redline? Was he insanely fast or what, dude? Because I've only seen him on video. I've never seen him race in person.
That's basically what it was. He was insane. He was your consummate professional. He was the Greg Hill, he was that guy that you always know as a BMXer you can turn a switch. So to me, he was kind of that .A. They can be very, cordial, talk to you, say hello. But as soon as they're getting ready to line up in the gate, there's a switch that comes on that's just like, wow. And it was always cool to be in the trailer and watch him and Elise and all of the guys that I was teammates with, to watch that switch come on. And so I think I absorbed some of that from them. Just, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Because if you think about, like, let's say NFL, for example, and you got a starting quarterback and you have your backup. So the backup quarterback is studying and learning from the starting quarterback when his time comes, right? So I'm wondering, when you're watching arguably one of the greatest racers ever, right?
Yeah.
And his wife, same thing. You know, we were just talking about Elise we just did a show this morning. So were you sucking that in where you're like, oh, that's how he navigates the gate. That's how he's navigating the first turn. Were you doing that at all?
I'm always a student of the craft, because I think, man, to me, that's why people are going out and still doing gates and sprints and stuff, because we're still always learning and trying to elevate our game.
Yeah.
And so even in my clinics, I'm telling kids what my weak spots are. And all my competitors know I'm still working on rhythm section. I'm a brother that got no rhythm. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get it together here, right? So they put too many of these jumps in. You know, I'm used to the day when we had one jump per straightaway. That's where I look good. You go and throw all these jumps in here. Now I'm like, dude, bouncing, here and there. But I would sit there and literally watch how all of them did their thing. I mean, because again, they were at the top level of their game. At least the Dutch Army, the guys that we had from some of the other countries, the international riders, to watch and see how they got ready for their races mentally, bike preparation, going out and getting warmed up, all that stuff, man. I'm just sitting there, I want to be like that. Let me, jotting down notes.
When you're training on your own, are you just doing the sprints, or are you kind of visualizing being in a race? What goes on in your head when you're preparing to go to a national?
So for me, I've always been, and I read a couple books. There's one called Peak Performance, and it's a lot of visualization.
Okay.
And so I think before people were really doing that, and they may have been doing that way back in the day, but you would see me in the red line trailer, and I'm doing this, and I'm up and I'm going through the whole race in my head, and people would giggle and laugh. Carly Dyer, all that stuff, they would giggle and laugh. But in my head, when I'm doing that, it's training my brain to go, this is what's going to happen. And sometimes it was, if I bobbled in the rhythm section, I would go back up to the gate in my head and go ride it again. It was just one of those things. So I picked that up a lot from those guys. Those guys did that. There was quiet moments. They were like, George, go hand them stickers. Sam's getting himself ready. Elise is getting herself ready. Tori's getting ready. The kids want a signature. I'm the guy to go back there and go get the signature and then bring it out to the kids and hand them stickers. So I was the PR guy. I'm like, okay, here you go. But I absorbed a lot of that.
No, but that's good, because I mean, you got to. It's like playing with Michael Jordan, man. Even if you're on the bench, and Sam Willoughby's, like I said, he was way, way up there. Yeah. I still review his races. Like, oh, God dang, that guy was so strong. It's just ridiculous how strong it was. And some of the best races I've seen is between Sam and Connor.
And Connor.
Those guys were going at it, man. They were like, it's great to see these two guys at their highest level, damn near equal in their skill and ability. I used to love watching those guys battle. What was it like seeing that in person, George? I mean, you got to see everything.
I guess sometimes you don't know it until it's already gone by of what you actually got to experience. I was always looking at it, but I sometimes did not take it in as like, wow, this is one of those great moments. I was the kid lined up, because we used to do that back in the day, wait for the pros to go by so we could take the banners. So I was still that guy going, oh, the pros are coming up. I'm clapping, I'm watching, I'm seeing who's tap manualing. Upshaw's doing this on the straightaways. It was cool to see Connor as well as Sam and those guys battle, because, again, to turn on the switch and be mentally ready, whether you're doing a time trial or whether you're racing with 7 other guys that are just as capable as you are, and everybody's got the skill. Everybody's capable of getting down the straightaway. What's the separation? And I'm always intrigued to find out what that separation ever was. I don't know. It's just a millisecond. Was it someone a little more mentally strong? I'd even throw in Corbin, man. That's another kid I love to watch because he was there with Connor. He was there with Sam. And again, another one of those riders that was just so cool to watch ride, effortless. So I throw Corbin
still at the elite level. I think he is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's got to be mid-30s, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he is, yeah.
I got a couple prediction questions for you. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I asked this question in the last show.
Okay.
Can Elise Willoughby come back? What are your thoughts about that?
Yes.
You feel pretty strong.
Yeah. Yeah. She you know who Coach is. You know she has the capabilities of doing that. She's not the only person to come back and have a child and to come back and still be a really good racer. And again, when you've been there, done that, and she's got the backing, there's some fast girls in there, but Elise is still capable of being, one of those that you're worried about in your moto.
Got it. Same question, Joris.A. Can he come back?
Woo, that's hard. That elite level, there are some guys that are coming out of that junior that are capable, I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's run his course. But I think he can still always be competitive. I just don't think it's going to be one of those where he's going to pull another title.
Yeah. I think it's going to be really tough. But I think it's Kenny's Racewear or something like that.
Yeah.
I think he was advertising that the other day, and I'm thinking, okay, but what bike sponsor? Are you going to come back full on? Or are you going to stay in Australia? I just want to know.
I'm thinking that the French, look at the Olympics. The French are strong. And if anybody can be out there and he has good backing as well, I'm sure he's probably pretty capable of being strong and coming back and doing well. I just don't think it would be another title.
Yeah, it's fair enough, man. I needed to get those opinions.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I recently ran across Marshall, the brand Marshall.
Yeah.
Dude, they got some sick-looking bikes, dude. Who races for Marshall? Who's their pro?
I don't know. There's a bunch of guys. At first I thought it might have been Shawnee Day, but I think Shawnee's just riding as a part-time when it's international, maybe for World Cups or something of that sort. But I don't know who their pro is. Those are some beautiful, beautiful bikes.
Man, they got like rear disc brakes and everything, man. I was like, wow, that's tricky as hell.
Their bikes look super exotic, man. Yeah. I'm like, well, that looks like a supercar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like a supercar. It caught my eye. I'm definitely looking at it going, wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah. But
I got a question for you, George. We had Greg Hill on recently, and he told us a little story about how he thought that the Redline bikes in the mid-90s, Danny, mid-90s, right?
Mid-90s, yeah.
That they were ugly and they were terrible, and he went to work for Seattle Bike Supply and tried to revamp the whole Redline thing. Were you happy with the Redline equipment that you were on when you were on the team, or had they reverted back to their antiquated frame styles or whatever? How did you feel about the frames?
Good question, Kevin.
Great question, Kevin.
Yeah.
I have one every episode. I have one good question.
I'll tell you this. The bikes were really good, and it was cool to be able to get on one of the first carbons with Project 76, right? With the carbon thing. The bikes that by the time I got on there, again, remember I was later on in the year, so I didn't ride a Redline in the early days. But once I got on there and they allowed me to have a carbon, because me and Carnes were like the last guys, they had to ship them out to everybody else. So, Carnes is like, you're an old guy, you don't need a carbon bike. I'm like, come on, please. Anyway, I love the bike. The bike to me was a very neutral bike, very responsive. I just absolutely loved it. However, we didn't like to run no prime helmets. We didn't run any of the regular stuff. And so if you ever look, we all ran the same frame, but everybody had little co-sponsors. Mine was Profile. Profile set me up with hubs. Gus over there at Profile set me up with hubs, cranks, all that stuff before Redline had their new cranks come out. Sam ran his stuff, DXRs or whatever. Elise ran hers. Everybody ran something different. Nobody ran any prime helmets. We all kind of piggybacked off of Sam with the Troy Lee designs. So
Right.
I got a pair of Sam's pants like he threw in the trash because he ripped them. Dude, I picked those things up and was like, these fit. I'm wearing these. And if I needed stuff, Denzel, they'd be like, hey, pick up some stuff from Denzel. So Denzel would be like, yeah, I'm not wearing these anymore. Here you go, George. So, I get that stuff. So, yeah, I thought the bike was amazing.
I got to think that riding for Seattle Bike Supply or Redline, you have major support, dude. They're not pinching pennies, right? You're not staying at Motel 6, right? You're going first class, right?
I had a corporate credit card. Let's just say that.
Wow.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice, dude. Nice.
I had a corporate credit card.
I like the whole Supercross vibe, dude. I mean, I love Supercross stuff. I mean, they're involved with the Torker thing.
Yeah.
All their race bikes, and they got chrome moly race bikes all the way to carbon. And what's it like being part of that family? I mean, they've got Bike of the Year, Team of the Year over and over and over again. It's like a huge honor to be part of that, wouldn't you think?
It feels like I stepped from being in Redline to Supercross. Like, hey, I stepped from one big stone up to the next big stone. It doesn't feel like it's any different. The prestige is still there. I'm proud to go over to my pits at the Grands. It's great to wear that uniform. Whether it doesn't matter. I'm wearing Supercross just because it always feels good to be in my sponsors, stuff. And I don't know. It just feels like being on Redline. It does.
Supercross was the very first BMX company that made a carbon frame, correct?
No. Oh, no. You know what? That's a possibility. I thought Bill said that they had already made that before Project 76 came out.
I think you're right, because I saw a video of him talking, but it was only a section of the bike that was carbon, right? Like, right. Wasn't the entire bike, right?
It might have been like the front triangle or just a portion of it, I thought, something like that. Yeah. Because I think they were toying with that idea a while back.
Mid-'80s, 86, 85, 80, something like that.
Yeah.
That's some forward thinking right there, man. That was like foreseeing the future to introduce carbon into BMX. I don't own anything carbon. So have you had, I don't know if you said this or not, did you ride a carbon bike at all? I don't remember what you said about
Redline,
that.
Yeah.
And so what did that feel like? I know the weight difference is not much different from an aluminum, at least I think from what Barry Nobles has said.
Yeah.
But how does it feel when you're riding those things?
Stiff.
So two things. Once I got on Redline and I got the carbon, it was a very stiff bike. It was very responsive. I had never felt anything like that, even for skinny legs me. I'd never felt anything that would accelerate the way it did. Right. My 20-inch was carbon. My cruiser was aluminum, so it was a little more forgiving. Right now, all I ride is carbon, and so carbon bars, carbon shoes, carbon wheels, carbon cranks.
Wow.
My back feels it at times. I don't know if it's all necessary, and so my back truly feels it. I got to be careful. I got to stretch before. I got to put my icy hot on, all that stuff before I jump in there and try and jump in and ride that bike really well.
Can you feel the acceleration difference out of the gate when you're on a carbon?
Yeah, because I got slow starts, man. My starts are slow.
No, dude, you're a spinner though.
2, 3, 4, man. That's all I got. I got a 2, 3, 4. I'm looking at the Grands. Watch the Grands, man. The guys are all out before me, and it's 2, 3, 4 that gets me out.
Okay, is that your strength though? The first straight, would you say?
I think it's just a 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I got anything else. Are there more? Look pretty first, and the style, get style, and the fast will come. Something like that. Yeah, that's what I was told. So.
Is there more plans for Supercross down the road to bring back more brands? Because that Torker thing looks like it's taking off.
I thought I saw something that Bill's doing to revive a couple of more, brands. But some of those that he's been pretty loyal to, I'm sure he's trying to help revamp or at least be a part of.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any true word on it, but like right now, it's still, just trying to market the bike as much as possible and continue to be, that team or bike of the year, keep sales up and keep BMX alive in especially in the US. Right.
I think there's a noticeable absence when you see teams like No GT and No Redline. That's a noticeable absence in my opinion. I'd love to see these brands some way work their way back into the limelight, because it's like, that's BMX. How do you have BMX and no Redline?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's like going to an exotic car show and there's no Ferraris. I mean, where are the Redline?
Yeah.
Those Redline, those names are too big. There's no way that they're not going to come back in some form.
You think so?
But here's the thing: even if they come back, the generation that knows those, they would have to be the biggest supporters, because all the kids that are coming up don't really know what they're all about. That's the sad part, is I don't think those people would know the pedigree of GT and being on the Firm or Powerlight or some of the Revcore or any of these other brands. If they were to be able to come and be rebranded or reborn, they may not know or understand that pedigree with those teams, man.
That makes a lot of sense, because a lot of them just don't know the history, and I think that's part of the reason why I enjoy doing this with Kevin a lot. Yeah, and I love doing my own channel, because I get to talk about the stuff that a lot of riders don't. The new riders don't really care about, but a lot of us, obviously, we care about it. But the cool thing about the internet, it's always going to be out there, long after we're gone. That stuff will be out there.
True.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what's your plans, George? What are your goals going into 2026 this year?
So I think it every year, as I told you, it gets a little harder to get motivated. I got some injuries last season that I have not experienced before. I've been hurt a couple of times every time going before the Grands, and always have been able to be, healed up enough to have, some success at the Grands. But every year come January, I just don't feel like we get the time the pros do. December 15th to January 1st is all the break there ever is, if you're really chasing. So I'm like, man, I need to give my body some time to heal. So for this year, I'm motivated. I'm getting out and getting my sprints in and stuff. It's to go back and get the rock back from
there. You go.
And to represent my sponsor well for the whole year and go out and do well at the Grands. So let's just give it another shot. I'll be 60, like I said, coming up, so I'll get to race this class one more year. And I got some guys I know that are coming in, and I'd like to show that I'm still competitive at the top end of the 5660 crew. So
are you active in the state series and Gold Cup series at all, or do you have time for that?
I'll go to them occasionally, but it's more just to help me to get myself ready for the rock. I'll race my local races, and again, I'm at the clinics. I'm out just sometimes staying for the races, and I'll cover turn 1 or turn 4 and that type of thing. And I like to watch the little kids that I have in my clinic do well. So I like to stay out there every once in a while and just watch them and kind of coach them. So I feel like I'm at the track quite a bit, but I'm just not racing Gold Cups or state series, because I feel like there's riders that are chasing those points. There's no reason for me, if I feel like for me to go out there and chase those points as well. I don't need everything. I don't want to try and just get all the plates there is. It's just not necessary.
Do you participate in the pro-ams at all, George, when you do go to these state races? Pro-ams are really big.
Yeah, I think it's just a money grab from George. Hey, George, you can do it. come on, give us your $40 and you're going to get in the gate with Corbin and Corey Reed and, Sutton. And I'm like, look, guys, nah. Nah. I'm going to go over, just like in Talladega Nights, I'm going to go over and have a chicken sandwich, and I'm going to call it a day. Hey, there's a really great chicken sandwich right here, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be the guy jumping in the car. No.
Dude, they do at Roseville, California, over at Oak Creek BMX. They do a 40 and over pro-am, and that's badass. I love watching those guys. I'm a big Terry Tennant fan, and me and Terry chat online a lot, and I love watching that dude mix it up with those guys, man. I'm like, let's go, Terry, because I'm a big fan of his. But I think there is a need for moving on to another subject in a sense, for a master's class, because I did talk to Terry about that, because we do have, obviously we have Vet Pro, but beyond Vet Pro, that's it. But some of you guys are at a level where you need your own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to see you guys racing in the expert classes and the cruiser classes, but I think you guys have earned your own spotlight in a master's pro class. I'd love to see something like that, where maybe it's 40 and over on a master's pro class. What do you think about that?
I think that's an amazing idea. What's Vet Pro right now? What is that, 30?
I think you got to be 33, 31, I think, or up. Yeah.
So it's the same age as like Joris is or whatever. Those guys are now.
Those guys are at the elite level. I mean, come on. I think it would be so cool to have because I think then you'll bring out the Stu Thompsons. You'll bring out some of those guys that maybe at the SoCal Nationals. You might bring out some of those guys that want to race a little more often, even to just bring back the memories and race something kind of serious, Eric Roop and those guys. We've all been racing all this time. Why not give us the class all to our own? I think that would be great. I think it would be awesome. Because if you look at Vet Pro, for example, the baddest dudes out there are in their 30s, with the exception of Barry Noble's about to hit 40.
Oh, yeah.
But that dude, he's kind of next level. He's probably going to win the title again.
Yeah. I mean, when you got an Upshaw or, and they'll go watch their Emilio Fala. I'm watching videos of him, and I'm like, dude, you're elite. That's insane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, to have something beyond that. Go ahead, Kev.
So you're telling me that when Eric Roop goes racing, he races Vet Pro against 35-year-olds?
No, he's amateur, dude. He's racing in an expert class.
Expert?
Yeah. They all are. They have nowhere to go. They have to race expert. There's nowhere to go. You know what I mean?
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, did you ever race Fed at all, George, by the way?
Yeah.
What was that like?
For a while. I came back and I thought I'd do really well, but it was hard.
It's surprisingly hard, huh?
Surprisingly hard. Yeah.
And when I watch the Grands, I told Kevin this before. When I watch the Grands, I'm just as interested in Elite Pro, Vet Pro, and Women's Pro. All of them. I want to see all of it. Yeah, I'm like, this is super entertaining to watch these guys ride. So definitely, I got a whole respect for it. But I'd love to see something beyond it a little bit.
I have a question for George.
Yeah.
Right now, someone coming out of retirement. Is there more competition? I think I know the answer.
Yeah.
Is there more competition in the cruiser, like 58 and over cruiser, or 58 beginner on a 20? Where's the bigger? Where are there more riders, and where's the harder or easier competition?
I think the easier competition is expert, for the simple fact that everybody's going to come back and they're going to still feel like they can ride a 20-inch. And so everyone's going to jump on that 20-inch.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of the other riders, when we look at cruiser, some of the smarter guys are like, hey, I'll get on a bigger bike where I feel a little more comfortable. But there's also pros that's all we did is now we feel comfortable racing is going to be cruiser. We're not racing two bikes all the time. So which bike am I going to grab and I'm going to be consistent with? I'm going to grab my cruiser because that's me. Dino's going to grab two bikes. But there's some guys that all they're going to race is 20-inch. So
I was talking about beginners, dude. I want to talk about experts.
Oh, okay.
If you're a novice though, the cruisers race with the 20s in the novice class. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was that, Danny?
When you're racing the novice class, cruisers are racing the novices. So you could, if you're a novice, you could race a cruiser or a 20. And I don't like racing guys I've been in a scenario where I'm racing a dude on a cruiser and I'm on a 20. Feels.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Right now, if I go to the next national and I race, what 58 and over or 56 and over beginner?
Probably 56 and over novice, probably, I think is what it is.
You're telling me that I could be on the gate with a 20 on my 20 and there's a guy on a cruiser next to me?
Yep.
100%. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
I always thought that was kind of strange. I get it because if you're, I raced 26, I think it was 26, 27 cruiser back in like 97, George, and it was like, and I did fine locally, but the first time I went to a national, I'm like, holy crap, these guys are all like expert level and beyond, when you show up. But if I would have stuck to a 20 and raced like intermediate or something, I probably would have fit in better. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh man,
it was the whole ball game, dude. I didn't know that I could ride a cruiser and be a beginner. Yeah. I thought that if I got on a cruiser, I'd be on the gate with 58-year-old retired pros that are racing experts. That's not the case.
Yeah, not until you level up. Once you get out of the novice class, then that's it. Now you're racing the.
What's the next step? Intermediate? What's it called now? Not intermediate, right?
Yeah, it's just perfect. Yeah,
it's
intermediate still. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, dude, I might have to get a cruiser, dude. I might have to go out and get a cruiser. Wow.
Hey, get a Supercross.
There you go. Yeah, hey, I'm more comfortable on a 20. I did the cruiser thing. So I think you answered the question already, George. You reach for your cruiser more than the 20, right?
I don't have a 20 anymore, but yeah, I you know what, Danny, I rode my 20-inch all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's like driving, it's like the faster bike.
Right.
And so I could go and do a manual on the cruiser when that time came, and it felt like a cruise ship. So I could go super fast on this one, and I get on my cruiser and everything flowed. So that was kind of the bread and butter. So I didn't need a whole lot of time on a cruiser. I could just ride the 20 and I was fine. So.
Okay.
I got a question.
Go ahead, Kev.
Hey, George, if I showed up right now to a big race on my 96
hey, this is good. Kevin's got questions.
P51, will people laugh at me? Would they let me on the track?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I would still be able to race it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They would look.
100%.
They may look.
100%.
They may look if you came in with like an open face helmet and a Jova and maybe some V bars or a big number plate. They might look.
Anybody ever done that? Showed up for a local new race with a vintage bike? Legitimately try to race? I mean, does that happen or no? It happens.
Yeah, I've seen it. I raced to do it on a JMC.
There was a guy that had an elf. He brought an elf out to the BMX to Chandler and rode that. We've had a guy with the JMC that came out and rode for a while as well. Yeah.
Big races, though. I'm not talking about local races.
I'm taking local races. Local races. If you went to a big race, take your shot.
Yeah.
On flats. Yep.
There's guys that can do it.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, I came back on a 2012 on a 98 GT box series, man. Yep. And I was racing dudes. To me, it just felt like a bike. It was my cousins that were like, man, you need to get a modern bike. And I'm like, I do?
Hey, after I came back, after I stopped racing for those several years, when I came back, I bought my bike from the pawn shop. It didn't have any stickers on it or anything, and got back on rode on Gordy's for a while. and I felt like, hey, this is how it's supposed to be. And I was reluctant to ever get on clip pedals, man. I was a flat pedal. That's what I left. When I left, there was flats. I come back, now you got more jumps, you got clip pedals, you got all this stuff. Where'd all this come from? So the bike I rode came directly from the pawn shop. I think it was the old GT or something of that sort. Like I said, it had no stickers on it. So I rode that for a while until I talked to Redline. So
nice. Hey, I got a dumb question for you. What if Bill said, hey, for this upcoming national, George, can you just jump on a torquer and see how you do? Would you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be badass.
Yeah.
They have modern geometry, right? I mean,
I think so. Yeah, because it just still has a twin bar, but I think it has a little more tweak to the geometry, so it rides a little more like racy. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
dude.
would certainly do that. You know what? I might make a call to Bill and ask him.
I think that would be badass, dude. I would love to see you. Just I don't know, man. If you put the torquer gear on and got on a torquer, oh, dude, I'll be your biggest fan.
Dude, I may talk to him about that and ask him, hey, at this particular race, can I ride a torquer? I don't know. We'll see.
Dude, I think it would be cool. I mean, the bikes look pretty trick. And I never was like a huge torquer guy, but every time I watch Bill on YouTube, I go, damn, that looks sick. You know, when they pull it all out, I'd love to see you ride one of those, man, and see what happens.
Oh, man, I was a big Mike Aguilera fan, man, forever. So,
oh, really?
I saw him on torquer, yeah. And, you know, we hit each other up on Facebook every once in a while, but I was super big fan of Mike Aguilera.
Nice, man. I'd love to see that, dude.
I think he's one that has the torquer tandem.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
I think he owns the torquer tandem.
That's pretty cool.
Mike.
Kevin likes tandem bikes. That's his dream bike. What was it, Kevin? The dream bike?
The Gary Littlejohn tandem.
The Gary Littlejohn tandem, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, George, do you have anything vintage left in your collection at all, George, or is everything gone?
It's gone now. I had a set of Sunlight hubs. Those are gone.
Big brand for those things.
Yeah. And I had a set of Hutch crank arms with no spindle. And just when vintage stuff started coming in, maybe 10 years, 12 years ago, 10 or 12 years ago, I gave it to some guy to put on eBay for consignment. And I thought I might make, you know, $50 or $100 or something. Cause I'm like, there's no spindle. It's just two crank arms.
Yeah.
This went for over $800.
Oh,
I was blown away. I was like, okay. And then I'm rummaging through old buckets and bins and stuff, man. What can I find? What can I find? You know, there was nothing. You know, some old Redline stuff. I'm sure I got old rims or, you know, a set of Redline cranks or something, but nothing vintage stuff from my day.
Dude, if we only knew then what we know now, man, I would have bought any random part and just put it away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, whatever. Just give me those GT bars. They'll be worth something someday.
Yeah.
And just put them away, you know, and that would have been awesome, man.
I would have kept my Andy Patterson. This is my last bike I had, my Andy Patterson.
Kevin's had some cool stuff, dude, and that's why I'm like, man, it's worth thousands of dollars. We just didn't know it. How many times, George, did you just give shit away? Like, hey, you can just have it, or I'll trade you for this, and blah blah blah. You know?
It was done for me all the time, and so I mean, I remember being on the mismatch bike, and so once I got to a point where my bike was all color matched and everything matched the uniform, that's all I did. And right now, clinics, man, some of the stuff I get from sponsors, I feel like that's why they give it to me, is to make sure that I can pass that along. So when I had ODI grips, here's sets of grips for the rider of the night. Here's I got an extra set of pants. I didn't get a chance to wear them this season. Here you go. There's a guy that needed a set of pants at the track. So, set him up, kind of always pass a little bit forward. So, man, I wish I had my wing things. Remember the SC wing things?
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. I had gaiters. I was running my little MH stuff with gaiters, with the checkerboard gaiters. I remember there's some stuff I wish I still had.
Yeah.
My Patterson, Wish I still had that.
That would have been so awesome, dude. My cousin has a first generation Patterson put away at his house. He raced it. Yeah, he's got his original Mongoose, and he has, because he only raced 2 different bikes. He had a Mongoose, and from there he built up a Patterson. He still has them, and his name is George, by the way. And I go, George, do you still have your stuff? He goes, it's put away. It's packed up in a plastic crate. He doesn't even he doesn't even keep it assembled. It's all put away. Okay. And because a couple times I was going to ask him, hey man, can I take that stuff to Frogtown and just put it in the show? I won't. Yeah. I don't want to race it because I'm afraid I'm going to break something that's not mine, you know?
Right.
Yeah, but he still has it. I'm like, dude, you don't realize how much that stuff's worth. Right?
Yeah.
Did you ever race a 09 frame and fork?
No.
Okay.
No. I think we were just the 09 team out of the Midwest. Fresh Designs, 09 Fresh Designs.
Oh, yeah. I heard that the 09 frames were horrible. I never raced one.
Yeah. I'm excited to go to SoCal for their show because there's always, I go in there, man, I'm just like reminiscing, seeing some Bassett's, Nomura, anything like that. You see some beautiful bikes, man, some stuff set up there. And I need to make it to Frogtown and some of the other events as well to go see some of the vintage bikes that they have there. It's always cool out in Rockford too. Their show. Yeah. Rockford had some stuff that I was like blown away at.
Hey, we're gonna do some trivia, right, George? You down? Before we go, I have one question, and this is a legitimate question. What is it like racing in Arizona, dude? I picture nothing but pain. I see nothing at all pleasurable about racing BMX Arizona. How do you do it? What's your thought on that, dude?
Hey, you know what? We all race at nighttime. So a lot of times, we're not racing during the day. I have a set of goggles. I never get to run the daylight, the mirrored lenses because we're always racing at night. So we're always running clear lenses. It's hot out there, but you get used to it. And so like they say, it's a dry heat. It truly is a dry heat. So when you see me post something going, hey, it's 118, but I had to go ride, we all do it. It's okay. It's fine. Kids are out there. You'd be surprised how many kids come out and ride. The cool thing is that we have some of the fastest riders that, again, feel like you get to sponge off of. We got, Cutter Goodall right now, who's just one of the hottest things on, since the wheel came out, You get to see your Cam Woods. You get to see, Delaney Vaughn and just riders that are out there,
Those are some heavy hitters right there.
You get to see Justin and those guys, man. So we get some of the fastest riders, Keegan now, that you get to really just see factory. You know what I mean? You just get to see some fast riders out there.
Are you talking about Black Mountain or Chandler?
Everywhere. Black Mountain, Chandler, and Goodyear.
Okay.
Wow.
I've been to Black Mountain. I raced Black Mountain a couple years back. But, Black Mountain it wasn't too long. I like Black Mountain. It was a little shorter. It seemed like it was a shorter track than most of them.
Compared to who?
compared to Grand Prix.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, what, compared to Tour de France or something?
You think it's a long track?
It's shorter now that Bubba has it, but 2 or 3 years ago, before Bubba took over it, they shortened out a track like by 2.5 straightaways almost, it felt like.
This was probably 18, 19 years ago I raced Black Mountain.
Yeah, you got your people mixed up, man. That track, you might as well pack a lunch, park it in the second turn, eat, then get back on the bike. That's how NASCAR came about. They were like, hey, we're going to model this after Black Mountain BMX. We got pit balls. You just come in, get your tires changed, eat a sandwich, drink some Powerade, go back out there. That's Black Mountain.
Wow.
That was Black Mountain.
That's hilarious, dude. Oh, man. Let's play some trivia. Before we do that, you got a badass car, George. That Mazda Speed, that hatchback, that thing is dope. I love that.
You have a Mazda?
Mazda Speed.
It's all tricked out, dude.
What's a Mazda Speed? I have no idea.
It's It's a hatchback. It's a sport hatchback, sport compact.
Yeah.
It's badass, dude. And when I saw that you were into the into the Japanese cars, I was like, oh, that's really cool because I've always liked them. I drive an American car now, but I've had my share. But it's pretty dope, dude. I love it, man.
I had a 72 Mazda RX-2. Remember those?
Ooh, yeah.
Dang. There you go, Jeff.
Yeah.
Put it away. Pack it away.
I had one. When I was in high school, everybody said, you got to put a 13B in it. You got to put a 13B in it. I'm like, what's a 13B? I have no idea. It's an engine, apparently.
I'm not that big of a car guy. I have a big love for them.
Yeah.
And when I see somebody's car all tricked out like George's, I'm like, damn, I know he doesn't like driving that in the rain.
Oh, yeah, there's no windshield wipers on it. They're gone. So, and I'll tell you real quick, Danny, the reason why I'm an old mini truck guy, and a lot of people already know this. The only reason I'm really excited about the car, and I always try and include the car and the bike together, is because I want to be Billy Griggs.
There you go, man. We just had him on, dude. We know.
I want to be a Billy Griggs. I want in my era to go. He could ride a bike and he had a cool car because I want to be a Billy Griggs of when Billy Griggs was that guy. I'm working. Yeah. I don't have the blonde hair, or any of that, but I'm trying to be a Billy Griggs. That he was the shit for me.
Did you ever jump a car?
I thought about that too. It's dropped underground. I don't have to go very high.
I asked Billy what was the sketchiest thing he ever did on a BMX bike, and he said a jump at Devonshire Downs. Fast forward, I talked to Greg Hill, asked him the same question. He said the exact same jump that Billy said.
Devonshire Downs.
Really? What's the sketchiest thing you ever did on a BMX bike?
The V jump. Back in Colorado. Yeah.
Is that one the jump? It's kind of like a triple, but it's kind of like split in like a V section. Is that what it looks like? Or no?
This was just a local trail spot that all the guys in Colorado pretty much knew about. And that was just a scary one. You ride the bike path, jump down a 20, 30-foot ravine, come back out. And, there was guys, Shepard, Jerry Smith, bunch of Ray Luscombe. I mean, we all rode that at some point in time. Carl Raimondi, Rob Raimondi, we all rode it at some point in time, but it was kind of sketchy. I never got a chance to ride stuff like Devonshire Downs or not. I never got that opportunity back then. But
yeah,
that's the scariest I rode.
Rob Raimondi retired me permanently, dude.
He did it.
I showed up to Grand Prix one day on a cruiser, probably 15 years ago, and I had to race Rob, and I was like, you know what? I'm done, man. There's no way. I do is lightning fast.
Yeah. We've been buddies forever, man.
Yeah, he's a good deal. He
scared
me, man. I was scared of that dude. I'm like, man, this guy looks mean.
He's a baby.
All right.
Well, we're gonna need a photo of your car, George, with the bike on the roof for the thumbnail. So hook us up.
Fair enough.
We're gonna need a bunch of pictures of you racing. Yeah.
Hit the Facebook. Right. It's there.
I will.
Okay, so George, I don't know if you've seen the show before. Trivia is in two categories. We have BMX questions and pop culture. When it's your turn, you can tell me which one you want to do. If you miss the question, Kevin can steal it, and vice versa. 1 point per question, no bonuses. Pretty straightforward.
Sounds good.
Ready to go?
All right. I am.
All right. Kevin's pretty good at this, man. He doesn't lose very often, but he's had a few draws lately. Okay. Yeah.
Dude, hey, George, Alan Foster absolutely smoked me like he was a pro and I was a beginner, dude. It was bad, dude. He beat me bad.
That dude knows his BMX, man. He does.
Yeah.
He knows BMX, dude. It was pretty good. All right, so you're the guest. You get to pick, George. What do you want to try? You want to go pop culture or BMX?
Let's go pop culture.
All right. Okay, in the movie Labyrinth, who played the Goblin King in the 1980s? He's a famous singer. I'll give you that much.
I know.
You know, Kevin?
It's a tough question, man.
I wouldn't have known until you said singer. Now I know.
Okay.
Chris Christopherson.
Good guess, man. That's not the one we're looking for. What do you think, Kev?
I'm gonna say Sting.
David Bowie played the
David
Goblin
Bowie.
King. David Bowie.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, let me get myself organized, guys. I'm falling apart over here. Okay, here we go.
You
All right,
came to play, huh, Kevin? You came to play, huh?
Sting.
He came to play, dude. He comes to win. All right, Kev, what do you want to try?
BMX.
BMX. Okay. What company made the B1B grip?
Oakley.
Oakley. There we go. First one on the board. Okay, George, your turn.
BMX.
What BMX Pro was known as the Mighty One in the 1980s?
The Mighty One. Wow, dude.
Wow.
It's one of his nicknames. It's not his mainstream nickname. It's one of his nicknames.
Oh, it's one of his nicknames.
Yeah.
See, I was going to go with Mike Rorty.
Got to go further back. What do you think, Kev?
A pro?
Yep.
Greg Hill.
Stu Thompson.
Really?
The Mighty One. Stu Thompson. I read it in a magazine.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're shooting
All right.
blanks.
So that was we got.
That was good.
It's not bad. Not bad. We got a lot of questions. All right.
Okay.
So the original question was George's, right? So Kevin, your turn.
Pop culture.
What do you want to do?
Pop culture.
Who starred in the movie Big? Who was the star in the movie Big?
Tom Hanks.
Oh, I thought you were going to miss that, dude. I'm like, come on, man. Everybody knows Tom Hanks was in Big. All right, Kev. I'm sorry, George. George's turn.
Yeah. We're going to do the same. Let's do pop culture.
Okay. Who plays the character Samantha Baker in the movie 16 Candles? Very mainstream for me.
I know her name. I talked to her the other day. I called her up. I got no guess. I can't get it off my lips there.
As soon as you hear it, you're going to know. Kev, what do you think?
Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald. She was the lead. She was the lead in that one. All right.
What TV show did she get her start on?
Molly Ringwald was on TV? I don't know. What was it?
I believe she got cut from the show.
From the Mickey Mouse Club?
Huh?
Mickey Mouse Club?
No, she was on Facts of Life.
Was she on Facts of Life?
Oh, yeah. I think I kind of remember her being on Facts of Life. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
For a period of time?
Yeah. So
Okay.
if Kevin stole that, it's Kevin's turn again. What do you think, Kevin?
BMX.
All right. What race apparel company made chest protectors in the 1980s?
JT.
JT Racing USA. Kevin's looking good. Okay, let's go. Let's get on the board, George. Let's go.
Okay. Let's go BMX.
Let's go BMX. In 1983, Danny Nelson raced for what factory team? Now you got to think of the little Danny Nelson, not the big dude.
We're going to go GT.
Oh, he wasn't quite on GT yet. Kevin, do you know?
Powerlight.
Robinson. He was on Factory Robinson. Nobody gets that one. Okay. All right, guys, take a deep breath. We're going to get this. All right, Kev, what do you want to do?
Pop culture.
Pop culture. Here we go. Proton packs are used to catch ghosts in what movie?
Ghostbusters.
1980s. All these are 1980s, but
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters is the winner. All right, you're up to 5.
Hey,
Yeah,
wait a
yeah,
minute.
that's
Can I
it.
ask
You
a
got it.
question,
You're right.
Danny? Can I ask a question? How
Yeah.
does he get the proton
Yeah.
packs with the Ghostbusters, and I get the Labyrinth, the person that played in the Labyrinth is something? I'm like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Some are easier than others, so that's it. It's just the luck of the turn. I am going in order too, so.
Give him an easy
All
one,
right.
dude.
Don't give me an easy one.
Okay.
I'm not going there. Let's go. BMX.
BMX. Patterson Racing was based out of what NorCal city?
Chatsworth.
Oh, that's a miss. Kevin, do you know?
Give him another chance to answer. He knows it.
Okay. Northern California city.
Wait. Gosh.
I'll tell you what.
Napa Valley? No.
I'm going to give you multiple choice. Okay. All right, let's do it that way. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah.
Just for the record, I know the answer. But go ahead.
Okay. Give me 1 second. And let's try. Okay. Okay, here we go. I should have made this multiple choice, by the way. All right, so they were out of Fremont, California, Hayward, California, or Oakland, California. Hayward. All right, there we go. George is on the board. Okay, Kevin, your turn.
Pop culture.
Molly Ringwald. Oh, okay. That wasn't the answer?
A couple of questions ago.
Oh, man. OCP is a fictional company for what 1980s sci-fi movie?
Do you know, George? RoboCop.
RoboCop. OCP. Dang. Dude, Kevin's on fire today. Yeah, George, don't feel bad. He plays every week.
Yeah, you know what I was going to say? I was out riding that day. When all this happened, I was out riding.
That's all good, man. What do you want to do, George? What do you think?
Hey, we're going BMX.
Going BMX. Okay. All right. In 1983, the Kuwahara laser light sold for $450. It was equipped with what chromoly crankset?
Seguino?
No, George. Kevin, do you know?
Well, the obvious answer would be flight cranks, but I'm going to guess Peregrine.
Oh, man. Why did you change your answer? It was Redline Flight Cranks. Came on the laser light. Yeah.
Red light flights on the Kuwahara laser.
Yeah, that's why it was so expensive at $450. That was kind of high end for 1983.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
that.
yeah. It came with Redline Flight Cranks. That's probably why it was such a cool bike.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So it was originally. It's Kevin. Your turn, right?
Yeah. Pop
Okay.
culture.
Okay. Who said hello? Say hello to my little friend. Who said that?
The actor or the character?
I'll take either.
Tony Montana.
Tony Montana, Scarface. Good job, my dude.
Yeah.
Okay, we're moving on, George. What do you want to do?
Hey, I'm going pop culture.
All right, pop culture. Here we go. Who performed the theme song for the James Bond movie A View to a Kill? What famous group did the song? Kind of a new wave group.
Repeat the question.
All right. Who performed the theme song for the James Bond movie A View to a Kill?
And they're a new wave.
Their new wave.
I don't have an answer for that. I don't even. There's Queen. That's not.
That's not a horrible guess, because if you're thinking of the 80s and you want to thinking of a group that was really popular.
I mean, I'm going to go with. There's things I would have went Bananarama. Talking Heads. I have no idea.
You're like dancing around it. You're almost there.
I have no idea. You got it, Kevin?
Oh yeah, I got it.
What is it? Duran.
Ah,
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So George, I'm just going to go straight back to you because Kevin's got a good lead. So we're going to go right back to you. What do you
Okay.
want to do?
hey, I'm going BMX.
The 1983 Kuwahara Laser Light weighed, I'm going to give you 3 options: 24 pounds, 19 pounds, or 21 pounds. Now let's take in consideration fully chrome moly and it did have red line flights on it. So where do you think it would have landed? 24, 19, or 21?
At that time, man, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 24.
24 pounds. Let's go, George.
I think it's 24.
All right,
yes.
now we're on a roll. All right, Kev, what do you want to do?
BMX.
BMX, here we go. All right, who made the MX 1000 brakes?
Diacom.
Diacomp. All right, easy one. Okay, good job. Okay, what do you want to do, George?
BMX.
BMX. Complete. I'm going to say complete this product name. Blank eyes. Or eye. Blank eye. It's a product name. BMX part.
Gosh.
Think hubs, George. Think hubs. Blank eye.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Give me a
Very
second.
high. Very high-end hubs.
See, I'm thinking Campanola.
But remember, it's got to go. I'm giving you the second part of it, so it's
Yeah.
blank eye. So what do you think? And they made cranks.
And they made cranks.
Yeah.
Kevin, you got to steal it. I don't know.
You're gonna be pissed at yourself. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm already that way.
You're gonna be so pissed off when I say the answer, dude. Bullseye.
Bullseye. That's the one. That's all right, George. We still love you, man.
Hey, I just need to be in the gate. I need the gate. The questions are hard for brothers because I'm like.
Hey, you're doing fine, dude. These questions are a little bit harder. All right, Kev, what do you want to do?
Pop culture.
Pop culture. Here we go. Who was known as the Material Girl in the 1980s? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, George. Go ahead, George. Who is it?
Go ahead, George. Go ahead.
Got this one. I got this one.
Who is it?
Madonna.
Madonna. There you go. All right. Okay. Moving back. Let's give George another shot. What do you want to do, George?
I want pop culture if I can get one of those.
All right. Here we go. Which band released the hit "Every Breath You Take" in the 1980s?
Please.
There you go, man. Now you're getting confident. All right. Okay, Kev.
BMX.
BMX. All right, here we go. Dave Marietti. Wait, 1983. Dave Marietti, Kelly McDougal, Steve Gibson raced on what factory team together?
Torker.
Damn, good one, my dude. That was a hard one, too.
I don't
Okay.
think so. That wasn't Kelly McDougal and Dave Marietti. I knew that one.
Ah, damn it.
I knew that one.
All right, George. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go with Kev. I'm gonna go BMX.
1982, 1983. David Clinton was racing for what factory team?
Shimano? No.
Oh, he was wearing the Shimano colors, but what bike was he on?
That I don't know.
Kevin, any idea?
Yamaha?
82, 83?
Yeah,
No? Yamaha?
not Yamaha.
I'm going to say Mongoose.
Diamondback. He was actually on
Really?
factory.
Okay.
Diamondback, yeah, and I thought that was strange because the only reason I know is I was thumbing through an 83 magazine, and he's in the background with the team photo, and it says David Clinton. And I go, damn, he was on Diamondback? And then I found other images of him actually riding a Diamondback.
I had no idea he were done.
Yeah. But I think when he was on Diamondback, I think he was kind of coming to the end of his career because they already had Harry and Eddie on there.
Right.
But he was definitely in the background. Okay, let's go back to George. All right, George, are you ready?
Yeah, pop culture.
Pop culture. Which band released the hit "Take on Me"?
Aha.
Oh, there it is, man. George is coming back. All right. Okay, Kev, what do you think?
BMX.
BMX. Complete this product name. Blank Tech helmets.
ProTech.
ProTech. Good job, Kev.
Good job.
Good job. All right. What do you want to do, George?
BMX.
This 1980s pro raced for Redline, Jag, Powerlite, GT, and eventually created his own brand. Who is this pro? Would you like me to read it again?
Yes, one more time.
All right. This 1980s pro raced for Redline, Jag, Powerlite, GT, and eventually created his own brand. Who is the pro?
Jag is throwing me off.
Okay. Big name. Former world champion.
See, I'm going to go Anthony Sewell.
Oh, that is a good guess.
Is it
Kevin,
Greg?
any idea? Not Greg, not Anthony Sewell. Do you know, Kev?
All right, well, one more time. Say the names of the companies.
This 80s pro raced for Redline, Jag, Powerlite, GT, and eventually created his own company.
I know.
Who is that?
Tommy Brackens.
Tommy Brackens, that's the guy we're looking for. All right.
Gosh.
All right.
And the Jag threw me off because I'm like, I don't remember, because all the other teams would have been like, okay, but Jag was like, wait a minute, I don't know.
Yeah, he goes way back with the Anthony Sewell. That's why I said it was super close. That was a great guess because you were thinking the right team.
But I was I don't remember what Anthony would have come up with his own team or own product, but I was like, who is that? But yeah, okay, Tommy Brackens makes sense.
Yeah, it was a tough one because I didn't realize he was Redline.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, Yeah, I just looked it up because he did an interview in BMX Action. He just listed all these teams that he raced for. That's how I knew.
And he was on Redline for a short period of time, or he's on Redline? Okay.
That's what it said. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Whose turn was that? Let's go back to let's go to George again. Kev, what do you think? Okay.
Oh, didn't it? Yeah. Let's go BMX.
All right. Greg Grubbs came out of what state?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. All right, good one. Okay, Kev, you ready?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Pop culture.
Okay, here we go. What fast food chain had the slogan "Have it your way" in the 1980s?
Burger King?
Burger King is the answer. All right, we're looking good, Kev. Okay, George, what do you think?
Hey, I want BMX.
BMX, here we go. This is our last BMX question.
Okay.
1983, Debbie Calso raced for what factory team?
CW?
CW, that's the answer we're looking for. Good job. Okay, guys, we're down to just pop culture. Here we go. You ready, Kevin?
Yep, go for it.
Okay, what snack brand's jingle encouraged people to give me a break, give me a break?
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat, there you go. Kevin's good with the food.
Yeah, that's what I say, and that's one of my favorite candies. So that's good. Right on.
All right, here we go, George. Shrink to fit jeans had a button. Oh, I'm sorry. Button fly fit the. I'm sorry. Let me try it again. Button fly shrink to fit jeans were made by what company?
Is that Levi Strauss?
Levi's. There you go. Good job. Okay, Kev, ready?
Yep.
This car company slogan was the ultimate driving machine.
BMW.
BMW. All right, good one. Kevin drives a BMW. That's not fair.
Yeah.
And I love BMW, so I would have been hey, let's get.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Zoom.
We got one more for George.
All right.
They're great is a slogan for what food company?
Kellogg's.
Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Good job, my dude. Hey, George, you got to 9, dude. You
I'll
didn't
take
do
that.
too bad. You did.
I'll
You got
take
to
that.
9. Kevin got to 16, but that's okay. You got to 9.
Was it really 16?
Yeah.
Hey, it was respectable. I got to the quarterfinals. It was good.
Oh, hey, George, good job, bro. Thank you for playing, man.
You bet, bro.
That was awesome. That was so fun. I like when it's funny, dude. I don't care if people do well, man. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes for the great show, man. But hey, George, that was a super pleasure, dude. I'm glad I got to meet you like virtually face to face as opposed to me calling into your show. So that's a big role reverse that we had here. But if it helps, makes you feel better, you're still 20 times the racer I'll ever be.
Oh, I appreciate it. Good stuff. Thank you guys for having me on.
Oh, man, George, it's been a pleasure, bro. Thank you very much for taking the time.
You bet. Thank you, guys.
All right, man.
See you, George.
Later.
Man, that was a great guest, dude. He was a lot of fun, man. He was a lot of fun.
That was fun, man. So, oh boy, I'm ready to go eat lunch, man.
I gave Kevin my whole Sunday morning, afternoon, Kevin.
Yeah, maybe I got to figure out what's going on tomorrow night, but we might have a monster episode tomorrow night. And so, anyways, I appreciate Danny. Danny got 1,000 subscribers, so I'm throwing him a party. We're having a subscriber party at Dirty Fest in the booth. So if you want to stop by, I'm going to give Danny a cake with 1,000 candles on it.
Yeah, dude, 1,000 subscribers, man. A huge accomplishment for a lot of YouTubers, man. To say I got 1,000 subscribers in a couple weeks, I don't know how they do it, man. That was a lot of work and a lot of hours of editing and making videos. And Kevin knows better than anybody, man. He's got more videos out on this channel than I do on mine, and that dude spends hours editing. So, man, I don't know. And we did 2 shows today, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a long night.
Yeah, man. All right, what's your plan as far as releasing them, dude? Are you gonna go like maybe one this day, one the next day, or are you gonna?
Dude, I can't. I've tried to hold off, and I can't do it, man. I gotta release. So as soon as I get them edited, I'm dropping them.
Awesome, love it, man.
So
and,
not today because I know that I take up most of the day, but
yeah, I lost your audio.
in the near future, can you hear me?
Yeah.
In the near future, if you get to do a commercial for the merch, I'll be dropping a merch thing. And in this episode, we'll have our first commercial for skewed racewear and with the City Party. So this will be our first commercialized episode.
Excellent, man. We got a chance to talk to Cindy today and talk to George. It's been a really, really good day, man.
Yeah, excellent day. Yeah. And tomorrow is going to be a monster if it works out. Danny, where can people find you when they want to subscribe to your channel where you do much better work than here?
Danny Pena BMX Racing on YouTube. I do BMX magazine reviews, race reviews, all BMX content all the time. Like and subscribe.
Nice. And if you'd like to support this channel, go ahead and go to BMXPERTSPodcast.com. You can grab merch. You could watch videos, all that good stuff. And until next week, the track is now closed. Peace out, man.
See you.